Good morning, garden friends, and welcome to my second Q&A. I was really worried about whether or not I was going to have something for Wednesday because of the damage that was done due to the storm that had come through. But you know what? I'm a believer of making lemonade out of lemons. So I actually was going through some of my recent videos that individuals had commented on and asked me questions, and I thought I would share those questions and answers with you guys today. So the first question that I ended up getting was, and I'm just going to be reading from, my laptop. It was tied to my recent video, how to incorporate spring bulbs into your garden, either naturalizing or doing the grouping design. And this question came from Kelly, and she asked me, where do you get your bulbs from? My main supplier that I get them from is Color Blends. I have found, and I think, in that particular video, the size and the health of the bulbs is a contributing factor why I go with Color Blends. Now, I do end up getting bulbs from Home Depot or Lowe's, when I just want to get some extras just to pop in the yard. But I do get majority of my bulbs from Color Blend. And then this is the other thing. It's also about timing, because I think the first year that I put my order in with them, I was late and couldn't get the bulbs that I wanted. I placed my order in August time frame or earlier, because they allow you to set a time for when you want them to be delivered, So my recommendation, Kelly, would be, if you choose to go with Color Blend, or I think any supplier that you can order in advance, do so that you can get the bulbs that you want. So thank you, Kelly, for that question. The next question comes from Dorothy. And this was tied to my how to plant a low maintenance front garden bed. And that was the one that I did with my Bloodgood Japanese maple. And she asked me, my ornamental cabbage, did you dig when planting the plant? Now, Dorothy's question is tied to, I had done the no dig method, and that's where you lay the cardboard down and then put the compost on top of it. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but my thing is, yep, I'm putting the cardboard down to keep the grass and weeds from coming up, but I do like anything that I plant to have some contact with the native soil. I believe I put probably about 3 inches of the compost on top of it. But like I said, I did use my auger to at least touch down into the soil and mix it in with the compost before I planted the plants in there. I just think that allows for it to get acclimated a little bit quicker while the cardboard is breaking down. So Dorothy, thank you so much for that question. Same video, question came from Steph. She asked me what the plant was on the slope behind me. And I believe that was at the beginning. I'll post a snippet of it, but it was my Artemidas. Guys, this is the thing. I planted that plant and it was probably no bigger than this. Those 3 plants are massive now. So no wonder Steph ended up seeing it behind me, because it's that big. So, and the one thing that I can only assume is I have it in the right spot for how well it did. So thank you, Steph, for that question. Okay, the next question is from my fall flower bed and shrub cleanup, the pros and cons, from Jolene. First of all, she said, I love your outfit. Where did you purchase your jacket? And then her second statement question was, doesn't it feel good when you cut those hydrangeas back? Well, Jolene, my husband had brought me, that jacket. I think we got it off of Amazon. It's a Columbia jacket, insulated, which I love. But sometimes when you're out there working, because it's so well insulated, you get a little hot in it. And, this is the thing, I try to, especially when you're going to be on camera, I try to make sure, that I'm presenting myself in a very neat and orderly fashion, but I'm not sitting up here wearing gowns and what have you. Might do that down the road, I don't know. But, just like to make sure that, I'm wearing things because I'm actually, I'm working in my garden, and I don't want to end up messing up, something that, was a good outfit that I would end up wearing, but because of me working in the garden. So, and now in regards to the hydrangeas, like I said, I normally do not cut my hydrangeas until the spring, but because we had that horrible, horrible frost and heavy rain, it ended up bending and putting weight on my hydrangeas, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't stressing out the stems. So I did end up cutting my hydrangeas back, got them shaped up, got all the spindly branches out of there so that come spring we got nice, solid, strong branches for the hydrangeas to grow on. So thank you so much for that question. Okay, so the next question is from Joy. She asked me, did I have any other social media accounts other than my YouTube so that she could follow me there? I do, Joy. I have an Instagram account. I have a Facebook, Inspiring Garden Facebook account, and I also have a TikTok account. I tend to more or less have information on Instagram, my Inspiring Garden Facebook, and also my YouTube are the three major areas that I end up posting things on. Every now and then I'll post something, on TikTok. But thank you so much, Joy, for asking that question and also for your support of following me. Okay, the next question is from an earlier video that a new subscriber ended up seeing, and it was The Journey Begins. Patricia asked, how large is my property? Who did all your building? What size is your shed? And what was the cost? Also, she wanted to know in regards to the deck and gazebo. This is the thing, Patricia. I am fortunate enough to, have a husband that is, has a construction background, to where, him and I collectively can build the things that I want to have in my garden, just an oasis, for me. So my property size is 0.33 acres. That's how much property I have, and I try to utilize it as much as I possibly can for my garden, both in the front and the back of my yard. My shed is 10 by 12. And this is the thing. My husband jokes and calls me the marketplace queen, because, as I had mentioned to you, Patricia, and us talking, a lot of the stuff that is in my shed, and guys, I'll post a photo so that you can see. The flooring that is in there are the 5/8 quarter boards. And we built this during COVID. And during that time frame, everything was expensive because of the supply chain issues that we're having. But that's where Marketplace came into play. Had seen on there that a gentleman was wanting to put, the composite boards down for their deck and wanted those boards removed. We ended up getting, I think it was 15 12-foot 5/8 quarter board floorboards for 100 bucks, and we got, oh man, we got 12 of them, and they were 16 footers. That's what the measurements were, because the shed is, like I said, 10 by 12. So the entire floor was a cost savings. The windows that we have in the shed, end up also picking those up at Marketplace, end up scraping them, recaulking, and painting them. The two tables, my work tables, my husband and I, we built those. So it was, I would say, for about $1,200 is the cost that it was for us to build my garden shed. As far as the gazebo, my gazebo is 8 by 10, and that costs probably about anywhere between $1,800 to $2,000. My deck, which is 12 by 16, it was probably about $3,000 due to support beams that my husband used to make sure that it was very secure, that deck was going nowhere, because it was a floating, deck. And like I had said, when the inspector came out to check it out, it was, where y'all from? Because this deck will probably stand tall more than your house will, because that is just the quality of work that, my husband ended up doing. And then part of the outdoor living space that we added, that was underneath our screened-in porch, we also ended up getting 325 16 by 16 of the concrete pavers. I think the lady thought they were 12 by 12, but we got those for $180. Mind you, we had to lug those up the hill and load them up into a U-Haul truck. But those things were, they were what? I think like $749 a piece. So definitely a cost saving. And this is the thing, which I don't mind saying how much things cost, because like I said, you can be smart. You can be smart about how you go about getting things and utilizing, like I said, Marketplace, tag sales, garage sales, thrift stores, because a lot of times, individuals are changing things out. I know I do, and my thing is, if you utilize those resources, you can end up having a beautiful garden oasis without spending a lot of money. Thank you so much, Patricia, for that question. Is all that I have gotten for, being able to share with you guys some of the questions that I get from viewers. I do my best to make sure, even when you do comment, that I'm responding to you. But I just wanted to be able to share with others, some of the questions that I end up getting. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and you have a wonderful day.